Hey guys, um, welcome back. Got a lot to talk about today. I'm just gonna start with what I saw last night. Obsession. I want to get into some spoilers, so if you don't want to hear it, now's your last chance. Click away. Boogeyman's coming out to play. You know, click away. Don't watch. Don't look. No, but seriously, like if you haven't seen it, and I know it's just come out, so either you're staying because you want to hear my thoughts or you haven't seen it, go see it. Don't listen to what I say just yet. Go watch it. It's fantastic. It is fantastic. But I went almost as blind as I could to this thing. Like I watched one trailer, and I don't think I remembered it being all that, right? Upset. I was like, okay, whatever. I might have seen it like when The Conjuring, I think, when I went to The Conjuring, but like I don't remember this. I don't remember this movie at all. Like I didn't know what was happening. Uh, but I went into it and like I saw the Moist Critical video and I saw him saying best movie of the year. And I'm like perfect. Because that's what when I text my group chat, I'm like, well, if Critical says it's great, like when we seeing this, right? And I think everybody else in my group was a lot. You can go up there? Hold on now. I did not know that. Can I get over here? Oh, that's cool.
There's one left.
Yeah, a lot of my friends really wanted to see it. My girlfriend especially was like, "Yeah, I've been wanting to see it since the trailer." I'm like, "Cool, I don't even remember the trailer." So, let's go. And like I read the synopsis, and it was essentially something like guy grants a wish, or guy gets like a wish, and it's granted. And it was something real like slow on Letterboxd, just because I was like, I swear I saw the trailer, I just don't remember what it was about, and like I just read like, dude gets a wish, and I was like, boom, okay, that's all I need to know. And you don't even really need to know that. You just go in even more blind than that. Or just like, okay, this is a really good movie. And like just hearing that it's a great movie is like, all right, cool, I'm juiced. Cool, I'm ready. So we get to the theater, we sit down, and I ordered I got a hot dog and a popcorn as some collateral, I guess. Just some extra munchies. And yeah, then the movie started, and it was I could kind of tell that something was kind of weird, or like not really weird, but I guess like when you watch a movie and you hear, oh, this is such a great movie, this is a horror movie, and you see the movie start off with like two people just kind of talking in the diner, you're like, oh, this is about to get crazy, right? Because when the tone starts so light, I feel like most horror movies try to do this thing where we're going to try to make the beginning have one big jump scare, and then we're going to title flash, and then we're going to get into the levity of it. So you're like, oh, okay, we're getting scared off rip, right? But this movie was just, let's we sit down at the diner. I'm getting into full spoilers, by the way, like just fully just laying it out there, just unapologetic. We start in the diner, and there's two people talking. It's Bear. The guy's name's Bear. I thought I saw his name was Bailey on one of the pills, but everyone calls him Bear. I could be completely wrong though. But he is one of the main characters, and his friend, who I completely forgot the name of.
Two enemies left.
They're talking, and they're like, dude, just like, cause Bear starts off saying, oh, I'm obsessed with Nikki, like this is the girl I'm gonna marry, this is my one true love, like he's like pouring his heart out, right? And it reveals that because it doesn't say like names really, so it's like he's really just talking to this waitress, just spilling it to some random waitress. Jeez. And then his friend's like, dude, you can't do that, right? Like, she doesn't like all that sappy shit. So they go out to, because Bear's like, dude, just let me get alone with her, right? So we can talk. And his friend is just an idiot and won't let him be alone to talk to her, to tell her how he feels. But and it kind of goes on like that, right? Where he's like not getting his chance to tell her how he feels, and then he does get the chance to tell her how he feels eventually in the car, and I think I skipped a step, right? So let's back up just a little bit, right? Because his cat dies. He sees that his cat dies, and that kind of was like, oh yeah, mood killer. You know, I'm not gonna tell her that I like her after my cat dies and shit. And then he hears that her crystal necklace broke, or not broke, but flushed down the drain. Sorry, I'm like remembering this in real time. And he basically tells her, well, he doesn't tell her anything actually. Again, I'm trying to play the game and recount store events from like less than, or a little over 12 hours ago.
Entrance.
But so she loses her crystal necklace down the drain. He goes to a crystal shop to get a necklace, like a replacement for her, because he thought that'd be cute. And instead, he sees this thing called the One Wish Willow. And the One Wish Willow is a tree branch, basically, that you can snap, and it will give you one wish only per customer. And you cannot break this wish, you cannot change this wish, unless you basically die. That is the only way that you can change your wish. Or, there is a different way that is discovered later in the movie, but I will keep that for later because I'm a great storyteller, right? So dumb. But you know, he gets this One Wish Willow, and he's in the car, and he's driving her home out from the bar, and this is after the stuff where he can't get alone with her. This is the stuff where he's like trying to tell her how he feels, but like just can't work up the courage to, right? Because if he messes this up, like he's like, this is the one. If I mess this up, I'm like, my whole life's over basically. And he tries to tell her, and it just does not work. He pussies out because she's like, just tell me, though, do you have feelings for me? He's like, I like you as a friend. And it's like, ooh, whole audience just ooh, right? He's like, no you don't, no you don't. And he's like, oh, like I just totally fucked up. Like I'm such an idiot, you know, like Mordecai, I'm such an idiot. So he pulls out this One Wish Willow, and he's like, God, I wish Nikki would love me more than anybody else in the world. And snaps it, right? And he snaps his branch, and boom, movie starts, right? Movie starts, and his wish comes true, you know, as advertised, his wish comes true. And it's very, very hot and cold, and the emotions from this actress, right? The actress who plays Nikki, I think it's like Ida Navette or something like that. I'm probably butchering her name, but I mean, amazing actress. Like, she's gonna win the awards. She like come award season, we will not let them forget Obsession, because her range in this movie is absolutely absurd. From angry to crying to happiness to creepy to like just body movement, facial like reconstruction almost, like to, and you'll see in the movie just like her smiles and her frowns, and like just putting on full palette of a spectrum of emotions. It's fantastic. It is some of the best acting I've seen in years, and it's funny because like, oh, acting, you know, you're supposed to act real, but like this is very clearly a caricature of somebody who is under this spell, and it's anything but like real, but the way that they sell it as like you know what I'm trying to say. Like, usually acting is like, oh, this performance seems so lifelike and real, but it's a horror movie and she's under a spell, and like you can't really be real with that. But somehow she manages to like portray that this is real, and I think it's also coupled with the actor for Bear. Like, his acting is so great in the reactions, and like me and my friends are like, he does stuff like that you like they just don't agree with, and you know, watching it, I'm like, yeah, like I wouldn't do half the shit he does either, but you know, I can't blame him under the guise of like, you know, this is the one. And you know, like we've seen the Disney movies where it's like, no, this is the one, I can't like this is the one I have to have, or type stuff. But like you get old enough where it's like you realize that this isn't like, that's not how the world works. But when you're, I think he's on the cusp of being too old to understand like, oh no, there's like more fish in the sea type stuff, right? Like it's almost like this is his, if you go in like thinking like, oh, this is his first relationship, like this is the one, I can't live without her, like I need this, you can kind of understand. And like I kind of I felt that way, like not to the obsession of this, but it's like that I felt that way for years about somebody, and it's like you know, it turns out that they can't, you know, the codependency in it is crazy. And anyways, it's not about me. Not about me, but just, I'm saying this to say, like, I understand Bear's actions probably a little more than the average person. Can these people move? For Christ's sake, can we get moving? Yeah, let's hurry. Don't walk too fast now. You all suck, dude. Move. Anyways, there's some really creepy shit in this movie I want to talk about, because there is a... He's in the vents. There's some really creepy shit in this movie, one of which is at 3:45 in the morning, Bear's trying to sleep, and Nikki is just standing in the corner. And it's one of those shots like Hereditary where if you squint at the screen, you can see the actress, like you can see Nikki in the corner, but it's almost like they put some other shit in the other corner where it's just like, okay, which corner is she really in? And my buddy was like, oh, and I'm like, what? Like, I did not see. Can we not stand 2x2? Single file. Come on. Come on. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Where could they be? I'm gonna guard the hostages. Roof, in combat. I got your back.
God, you guys are the worst. You guys are the worst.
Vents.
Sorry, he jumped 157 times. For why? Crazy. But, whatever. Anyways, she's in the corner, and I'm gonna bring this closer, right?
Outside.
Maybe this is a little too close, I don't know. But she's in the corner, and she then, like, starts moving so unsettlingly, and it's one of those things you gotta see. You just gotta see, and if you see it, you're like, yo, because you know that Loki kept me up a little bit last night, just a little bit. And it was that scene, and then it's just her, like, it's just her yelling too, like, why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? And it's like, yo, come on, you're doing too much. But like in a good way, right? Like obviously she's gonna do that much because she loves him more than anybody else in the world, and it's the wish she wanted, and it's the wish she got. So, you know, but
one guy left. Office.
yeah, no, that scene creeped me out so much, because they will do this thing where she'll like walk in and they'll reverse the shot, so she'll reverse walk backwards, kind of like it's inhumane the way she moves, right? And there's this YouTube video I just looked it up last night. It was like
On my way.
Spikema movies or something like that.
I'm
Right.
in trouble. I'm coming.
Look up scariest scene in all of movies, I think, or like scariest horror movie scene. Look up something like that and you'll see him. And it's him talking about this movie where this girl is like walking towards the camera.
Need assistance.
It's like a horror movie, right? It's a foreign horror movie, and she's walking towards the camera, and then just when you think she's gonna just continue walking or like maybe do like a full sprint, she like dips down below and like grabs her leg almost, and it's so unnatural, it's so unnerving that he was like, "This is the scariest scene in all of horror." I'm like, okay, buddy, you got it. Like I haven't seen the movie, so I'm not. My heebies haven't been GB'd yet, but when I watched this movie, I saw that because when I watched that video, I was like, "What? Like what? This is kind of a nothing burger." I was not very scared, to be honest. But when I watched this movie, right, the way that they sell Nikki is so genius and so scary that I was like, nope, I get it now. See, I get it now. see, I understand now. Like, yeah, that is freaky. That is creepy. And there's so much in this movie. I swear this movie went on for like two hours and like maybe 20 minutes or something. I need to look up the runtime, but like this went on for a while. The movie started at 7:40 and probably got out at like 10. But I guess if you count credits and shit, but not like it went on for a long time. It's just like there's a lot in the movie, which is a good thing, right? Because I would love the movie to keep going. Would have loved to see some more stuff from this, but after his cat died, she's like, okay, well, how do I impress him, right? Because he loves his cat, so I'm gonna act like his cat. So I'm gonna stand in front of the door. I'm gonna, she pees and vomits in front of the door, and she like starts feeding, or she like makes him a sandwich, like from his cat. It's so disgusting, it's so nasty, and the kind of like animal grossness I kind of see pulling from like Hereditary, like with the bird. But I know it's not just obviously Hereditary. It's just like I'm pulling from my limited catalog of like what I see references from. So there was that. Gosh, what else was there?
Entrance.
Yeah, like on her day off, she would be standing at the door and waiting for him. It's crazy. And then there's a scene where, cause like it seems like they're going on normal, like after the first weird night, like it seems like things are normal. They're chilling in his place. They're just working normal. Cohabitating. Everything seems fine. And then, gotta bring up Sarah. You gotta bring up Sarah because this was like their fourth friend, right? There's Bear's friend, and then there's Nikki, and then Bear, and then their friend Sarah, which brings the whole thing to like, oh my goodness, I can't get a hostage to save my life, but she's there for just like kind of disposal, like off rip, like once shit starts hitting the fan, and you can tell like from the beginning because like Sarah's got her arms around Bear, like hugging him and stuff, and like you could tell that she likes him, but Bear's like, I only see her as a friend, and he tells Nikki this. She ain't buying it. So there's like this, just remember that, because there's like this date scene where they're out to eat and everything seems to be going fine, but then she stands up, or no, he gets a text from Sarah, and he's like, because she texted me, she's like, or was it, no, I think it must have been his friend, because he brings it up later like she didn't know, but his friend texts him, let's just go with that, and says, yeah, Nikki's dad doesn't have cancer, because like she made that a point where it's like my dad had cancer and stuff, but apparently he doesn't, so she's a liar. But obviously now it's like, okay, you're just lying to me to try to get me to want you, and that doesn't work. So she stands up and has a fucking like meltdown in the middle of this establishment, and it's like an Applebee's, or not Applebee's, like an Olive Garden type of situation where lights are dim, this fancy if I use Olive Garden for fancy, I cannot save these guys in my life. But anyways, she gets up, completely rages, and he's like, okay, we gotta get out of here type stuff. And I don't remember if it's that night or if it's one of the nights adjacent to it that she does the, like, just staring at him. And it's so unnerving. And then they both go to work. Also, again, I might have these events jumbled up. Like, they're at work, and him and his friend are talking. You can just see her in the background, like, kind of, like, out of focus. But, like, you can see their head is just turned and looking at him, smiling. And, like, this creepy, like, smile, like the movie type of smile. Freaking whack. Freaking creepy. This movie uses a lot of, like, creepy movement, a lot of, like, inventive type of horror. And one of the things it does so well is it plays, like, this hopecore music, right, where it's like, oh yeah, like, I love you, and Bear's like, oh Nikki, I love you, and then starts playing this nice sappy music, and then, like, the tone will just switch on a dime. Like, they'll be having sex or whatever, and she'll be like, ah, get the fuck off of me, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and she'll snap out of it, and they'll play like the violin. They'll play like the horror movie violin, or whatever, like the left, or like, I remember one time they had, like, it sounded like textbooks were, like, slamming. Like, they just, like, a huge ass thud. It's like, oh, okay, so we're just gonna tone switch like this, cool. Which is fine because, you know, playing with tone is alright. Like, you have Zach Kreger that did that a lot with Barbarian and Weapons. They like to bring a lot of comedy in those movies, but he had kind of, like, sections, right? Like, he had, like, okay, this is gonna be the happy kind of section, you know, or something like he likes to tell stories in parts, kind of like Tarantino, but the way that Curry Barker, the guy who directed Obsession here, the way he does it, he's just like, nope, any moment is up for grabs. Like, I'm gonna switch it on any dime, anytime, because this actress is so erratic because of this wish that if she's erratic, the tone's erratic, and you're just gonna have to deal with that as an audience member. And I think that's pretty cool. I think it fits. But yeah, I mean, also to say, like, when she's waiting at the door for him when she's off work and he works, she duct tapes the freaking door. Like, and, like, I'm talking full on duct tape covers the entire thing so he can't leave. She's like, oh, well, guess you can't leave. It's like, bro, what? And she's so creepy the way that she talks and acts, and it's perfect. It is perfect. I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. But anyways, let's keep moving. They have this, like, boys' night with him and his friend, and he's like, dude, you can't invite Nikki. And she's basically like, she grabs an axe and she's like, because she's a writer too, so she'll be talking like she's writing, if that makes sense, like very poetic, I guess, or like very much like a linguist. And she uses this several times to, like, describe, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill myself, and it's gonna be so cold, and my body's gonna be so cold and colder without you. And it's like, oh, so we're just gonna manipulate the shit out of him. Cool, I guess. And so that happens, and he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna bring her. And then his friend's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, well, you know, Sarah invited. She was saying that Sarah invited her. That's basically what he told him. So they're playing Jenga, and it is drunk Jenga, which I would like to point out that me and my friends made up.
I heard something over there.
No, I'm just kidding. We didn't make it up, but, like, we play that shit all the time, so seeing that was kind of funny. But it's just like, you pull a card out, and you gotta do whatever. Or when you pull the block out, you have to do whatever is written on the block. So she pulls out a block and then just proceeds to list out some Hansel and Gretel incest fan fiction that she's been writing, and it's like, what the fuck? And it's like a good creepy where it's like, I don't know, like you can tell that she's messed up, and at this point in the movie, yeah, if you can't tell she's messed up, then you got a problem. But, like, when she says the story, it's like, oh, like, we're gonna be we're gonna be doing everything in the book. Like we're not just gonna. We're not holding anything back. Like anything's fair game, I guess. But yeah. I mean, like it's creepy the way she says it, and then just goes back to normal. And she's like, "No, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Unless I did fucking mean it. I fucking meant it. Yeah, I meant it." And it's like, oh, okay. It's like her tone switches, and her erratic behavior is just like they chalk it up to like her going through loss, like her friends do. But in that same scene, she like tries to like bash her head in, and it's crazy.
There's one left.
And then I'm crossing all my wires when I'm talking about this, but I'm just trying to talk about these crazy scenes. Basically, like that night, at like 2 in the morning, Sarah texts Baron's like, "Dude, I gotta talk to you. we got some things to discuss because Nikki was acting like a fucking psycho at the party." So they're laying in bed, and before, like in a scene before, Nikki like woke up and she was like screaming at him like, "You get back here, you do not move, like do not leave me." And he doesn't. So this time you fully expect him to like lift her arm. She wakes up and then bounces out like a demon, you know, and starts chasing him down, but it doesn't happen. He lifts her arm and he slips out, and he then hears the voice of the real Nikki, right? And he's like, oh. And she's basically saying, just kill me. Like, please just kill me. Like, this isn't me. Kill me. Right? And he should have just done that. To be honest, he should have done that, but I get it.
One guy left.
I get it, you know, that on your conscience, and it's like, oh, this is the woman that you've loved. You know, it's tough. It's tough sitch, you know, tough sitch, buddy. But he gets out, he gets in his car, he goes to the park where Sarah is, and they're talking, right? And the way that this is filmed, you know the entire time, because I was telling my buddy, I was like, they're not gonna get me. I know this. I've seen weapons when she walks up to the car. I've seen these movies. I've played these games before. You know. So still didn't prepare me for what I saw. Because Hope core music again, you know, everything's good, and it's Sarah's like, oh, you know, I've always had feelings for you type stuff, and she's like, because in Jenga, when he in Jenga, the block that Bear pulls is I forgot to mention that, right? Crazy. The block of the Jenga block that Bear pulls says, kiss the person to your left, and the person to his left was
2 enemies left.
Sarah. So Nikki gets up, pulls Sarah's, like, gets up, walks around to the behind Sarah, and you're like, oh, she's gonna kill her right here in front of everybody. Nope. She pulls her chair back, and she stands there, gets on her knees, and puckers up, ready. You know, it's like, oh my goodness, like you. It's funny because like you know the rules are kind of like, okay, she's had her chance. She's probably not gonna kill her because she would have by now. So like that scene leading into the car scene where she's like, oh, you know, the Jenga block said kiss the person on your left, and you know, over this time, you know, Bear has been kind of feeling for Sarah also.
Taking fire. Need assistance.
Even though she was totally on him at the beginning, and he could have had her if he just, like, he didn't need to do all this basically, which is kind of tough. And you can kind of tell like they're about to kiss. The Hope core music's going on, and you're like, oh, Nikki's not gonna like that. But the whole time, like, you see the car and you see the window, you're like, oh, okay, like shit's hitting the fan. And I told my buddy, I was like, they're not gonna get me. And then you see Nikki pull up with a brick, bash through the window, and just proceed to like smash Sarah's face for like probably, I mean, she spun her block probably 12 times. She probably smacked her because she put the brick where the horn was, and just started laying her face into this thing. And I mean, dude, like, when these movies do gross out humor, it's like, well, it's not humor, but it's like gross out type of horror. It's like they do it right. And you know, like, I've seen Terrifier. I ain't got no weak stomach, right? So when I saw this, I was like, ugh. I wasn't like gonna throw up, but like I could see how somebody, you know, you haven't seen, if you haven't seen Terrifier, you're like, oh shit, like this is gross, because like you just see her eyeball and like her face meat just kind of sitting there. It's like, oh, this is crazy. So it's like we see that, and they basically just like, because the thing is, like, Sarah was trying to get into college, and she had her letter, and she was like, yeah, you know, here it is, like, I'm gonna open it up, and then she gets turned to soup, and the next morning, Bear gets the letter and opens it up, and she was accepted to college. It's like, ooh, could have had a normal life. Ooh, that's tough. You know, it's like nobody wins in this movie. It's tough, very tough. Okay, seriously, buddy, running off the ledge. But anyways, let's keep rolling through this final act, right? Because it was like, all right, well, she just killed somebody. Like, I'm done. I'm off that. So then what happens is what happens after sorry, I'm trying to focus on the game, kind of. What happens next is Bear goes back to the place and where he bought the willow, and he's like, dude, I need a new one, like, and it wasn't the same girl that sold it to him, so it was like this other guy. It must have been he was like an older gentleman, but he sees that Bear still has all this blood on him and shit, and he's so nonchalant, and he's like, man, you're killing the vibes, like, you got bad vibes, like, don't bring that energy into here. It's kind of funny, because like they play it for laughs, basically. He's like, dude, no, we don't have any of those. I don't know he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then you're like, oh, but then he's like, nah, dude, I'm just fucking with you. They're right here. And you put them up front. It's kind of funny. Yeah, they play that for laughs, which is good. I thought that was funny. And then he goes over to his friend's house, and he's like, because the guy Bear's like, dude, why are you selling this shit? Like, look what happened to me. And the guy's just like, the guy basically like feels bad, man. Like, you can either kill yourself, or you can have somebody wish to like counteract your wish, right? Or like if their wish contradicts your wish, then it goes away, right? Or it's like, if you wish that this person never made a wish, then you're fine. But the thing is, like, you can't make two wishes yourself, so you have to find somebody else to do it. And this is almost like Smile, in a way, where it's like, you know, you need somebody else to watch this thing to pass it on to, or whatever. But it's not like a demon. Like, I had just watched Smile, that's why I'm kind of, like, making parallels to this. But essentially, he gets his friend, and he gives him the willow, and he's like, okay, like, you need a wish that I never made this wish. And his friend's like, dude, I'm not doing that. And I forgot to mention, Sarah basically told Bear that Nikki has been on and off kind of sleeping with his friend for 2 years. And it's like, oh, 2 years, yikes, that's tough. And Bear kind of frames it where it's like, dude, I don't give a shit, like, you can be with Nikki or whatever. And he's like, oh, so this is what that's about. And then that kind of pissed him off, and I was like, dude, Bear, why would you say that, dude? Just get what you need, and then you can lay it out after he snaps the thing, right? But I mean, she still would have killed Sarah, and she'd probably be alone and freaking out wherever she was with Sarah at that moment, but whatever. He's like, dude, this wish is bullshit, like, like, you're just saying this shit to fuck with me or whatever, I guess. And he's like, dude, I wish for $1 billion. He snaps it, and then $1 billion falls from the sky, like, onto them. And he's like, oh, that was real. Nice. Okay, cool. So Bear's like, well, fuck. Right? So the only thing he can do next is, if Nikki loves him more than anybody else in the world, then she would have no problem doing what he says, right? So he goes to Nikki, and she has Sarah just laid out in a chair. Her boobs are out, and she's like wearing Sarah's clothes now, and she's smoking just like Sarah was, and you can tell it's like, okay, she's doing with this with the cat, where it's like you're emulating the thing that he loved, right? And then now you're doing this with Sarah, so it's like, okay, now, like, that part kind of makes more sense now. And Bear's like talking to Nikki, and Nikki's got this gun, and she's like, I'll kill myself for you, or whatever. And it's like, you don't need to do all that, really. I'm pretty sure that's what she says. I don't know why really she has the gun then at that point, but I guess I kind of forgot that. I was along for the ride, to be honest, but I wasn't really clocking some of it. And his buddy shows up to the door, and he's like, dude, Bear, I just, like, $1 million, man. It's like, shit worked. Even though he was standing right in front of him as it was happening, with all the money falling, but whatever. He shows up at the door, and Nikki just immediately just headshots him, just boom, with the Magnum. And it's like, oh, okay. So, like, that's cool. Like, he's not gonna help you. So you're like, oh shit. So it's just him and her. Like, you ain't got, like, you're not gonna have no backup, I guess. And he gets into the bathroom, and she's banging on the door. And I thought they were gonna cut to her doing the head thing from Hereditary, but they didn't. But I can only assume that the banging on the door was kind of in reference to that, just slam her head into it. And he gets in the bathroom, and he goes into, he has the gun at this point, and he puts it in his mouth, and you're like, oh, he's gonna blow his fucking brains out. That's crazy. Okay.
I could use some help.
And he then's like, nah, that shit's probably gonna hurt, and I'm probably gonna miss. So he goes into his medicine closet, or cabinet, his medicine cabinet, and just grabs a bunch of pills and puts them in his mouth, right? And meanwhile, he has that, he bought 3 Willows, right? So there was the one that he had originally, and then there was the one that his buddy wasted, and then there's this last one. So it's kind of like a 3 wishes genie type of thing, where he's got 3 of them, and it's like, you know, you fuck up the first one, or yeah, maybe you fuck up the first one, the second one works, and then the third one you kind of need. Type of thing, like an Aladdin type of situation. But so she has the Willow outside of the bathroom, he has the gun inside of the bathroom. So it's like, okay, well, this shit can't end well, right? Keep in mind, his cat died from getting into his pills, so he kind of remembered that, and he's like, oh, well, I'll just swallow these pills and kill myself. It'd be a lot easier, and I guess a lot more certain if I dry swallow all these pills. It's crazy. So he does that, and through the bathroom door, he can hear the snap of the Willow. He's like, oh, you did it. Like, you made the wish that I didn't wish. So now you'll be normal.
3 to go.
Right? But the thing was, like,
2 to go.
when that happened, she was still kind of... See, this is the part where you kind of get into some speculation about the open-endedness of the thing, because, like, the guy said you can make a wish to contradict the wish, but
Nice shot, sir.
either it didn't take into effect immediately, or that was just a lie, because like, you can very clearly tell when she switches back to being like Nikki because she starts crying. Because the moment she does that is when Bear dies. So maybe that's because I walked out thinking, oh, she made the wish that he would be obsessed with her. And that was kind of the interpretation that I had, which I thought would have been cool. You know, it's like, oh yeah, because she.
Nothing here.
Yep.
Good job, team.
Domed. Yeah, that's the interpretation that I had from the movie, but you know, could be anything, really, that she wished for. You never really know. You never hear it. Or maybe you do, and I totally missed it. But yeah, that's the movie, and then she snaps back to normal, and just starts crying for throughout the credits. It's like, oh,
Be right there.
we're just gonna listen to you sobbing with your trauma for the whole credits. Okay, cool.
Can you use some help over here?
And you're like, oh, this movie's fucked up.
On my way.
But apparently that's not how the movie originally ended. Apparently she actually did end up doing herself in. And that was what was shown at the film festivals. So I wonder if they're gonna have some kind of alternate ending on like a CD. What am I, 7? Or actually, what am I, 80? Talking about some compact disc. I guess on the CD release, if they were to come out with that, maybe they'll come out with the other version, because I would like to kind of see how that played. Look at all these bad guys. Oh. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I gave it a 5 out of 5, and I would love to see it again. And I think it's up there with Hereditary and Weapons for me for my favorite horror movies. I'd maybe put Barbarian above Weapons, possibly. I'm still on the fence about that one though. I think I liked Weapons more, I think. But I've seen Barbarian more. Like the scariness of Weapons was scarier, but like the situation and kind of the situation was not more realistic. Let me not say that. But yeah, I liked both of them. I don't know. I'd maybe give the edge to Weapons though, just recency bias, to be honest. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. Very great movie. Love to see it again. I'd probably see it again in theaters. I've been yapping about it for 40 minutes now, but yeah, I think that's gonna do us in. Let me know, I guess, if you guys saw it in the comments and enjoyed my incessant yammering and yappering, and are obsessed with it as I am, because I guess pun intended, right? Because like I could not stop looking up like who made this, interviews. I'm looking up a lot of stuff about this. You know, I want to see background. I want to see everything, type of stuff. I do want to see that alternate ending. But yeah, I'll call it here. Hope you guys all have a good day. Stay productive. Stay happy. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.